Hello there, my name is Anne Marie Page. Welcome to our neighborhood. Your neighborhood and my neighborhood make our neighborhood, Lowell's, a good neighborhood. Now, today is a fun show because our guests are Peter Fataconti, who's the program director and planner for the Lowell Recreation Department, which means fun, and Caitlin Hickey, who is the coordinator of youth services. So Lowell has plenty of things to keep your children happy and to keep them busy and to keep them out of trouble. So summer is here almost. I say that because it was a little nippy this morning. So, but our recreation department in Lowell works year round.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we do.
So there is no excuse to be sitting at home playing with one of those gadgets. Get out. All right? So, who's going to tell us first about what's going on?
All right, so we have a lot of fun programs to keep the kids busy this summer. Some of them we have are the Youth Adventure Program, which we have at 5 different locations. It's Shed Park, the Daily School, Gage in Centerville, the Wang School, and the Riley. These programs offer free breakfast, free lunch for the kids. Yep, so you don't have to bring anything.
Wow.
The parents also, when they sign up, they tell us whether or not the kids have allergies, so that,
right.
yeah, we're all aware of it. And then, so after the parents drop the kids off, actually all the programs are at 8:30 drop off, breakfast, and they get, you know, the free lunch and stuff like that. But then they also have different activities that are built in throughout the day. So every hour the kids are doing something new, whether it's arts and crafts, you know, sports, games, all kinds of things.
My kids loved it. Absolutely loved it. They didn't give breakfast and lunch back in those years, right? So they'd come home for lunch, would give you a break, right? But it was great, and they couldn't wait to get out in the morning to get to the park.
Yep.
Right? And they're all over the city, like you said. Mm-hmm. And we'll tell them later how they can find where you are, what time, and the dates and everything.
Right.
But it's fabulous. Mm-hmm. It's fabulous.
We also try and build in a lot to those programs too. Like we have the DPW trucks that come out.
Oh, I know. I saw them up at
the
Gage.
truck.
Oh, they love it.
Yep.
And the fire truck comes too, I think.
Yep, we have the fire truck. If we can't get the fire safety van, they just come out with their uniforms. They put them on the kids and everything, so they love it.
I love it.
We also have the library that comes out to one of our other programs for the 3 and 4-year-olds, which I'll talk about in a little bit too. They read, you know, stories with the kids. They bring props and all this fun stuff. So we do try to build in a lot. They are free programs, so we try and put in as much as we possibly can with the help of our community partners.
Right, and that's what people need to know. Mm-hmm. This is to the children, for the children, from the city of Lowell.
Yep.
You know, there's a lot of things that go on that are very good in the city of Lowell that people don't know about or don't take advantage of, right? Like even the library, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, you can take out a movie and take it home and watch it, right? Who would think, right? I mean, a book, yeah, a movie, right? Mm-hmm. But I mean, there's just so much. You know, people squawk about taxes and all this stuff. I remember when I got my very first paycheck when I was a teenager, I came home to my grandmother and I said, how come it says that amount there and this amount here? She says, well, they take out taxes. Oh, I don't think I like that. She says, well, if you don't like it, find another country. That was the last time I complained about taxes. But really, you know, people say, oh, taxes, taxes. But look at all you're doing.
Right.
All these children have all this fun, and they're out in the fresh air, and they're kept busy, and they're fed, right? I mean, what more could you ask for? And it's free. You know, that's a great bonus. It really is. Mm-hmm. People need to realize that how good it is. Mm-hmm. I mean, I had 5 kids, and it was like, yay, out to the park, right? And they loved it. They couldn't wait. They'd come home, have their lunch, and they'd run right back out to the park. And then when they got older, they worked at the park, you know? But it was great. It's a fabulous, fabulous program.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of the kids actually that have done our programs with us and stuff, and now they're working for us.
Right.
Or their kids are working
That's
for
it.
us.
So that's good. So now that's your Young Adventure program.
Yep, the
that's
Youth
what
Adventure.
I'm familiar with.
It's for kids ages 5 to 11. It used to be 5 to 10, but we extended it because we had a lot of, you know, parents of 10-year-olds that were asking, you know, what else can my kid do?
Yeah,
so
right.
now
That's
it
good.
goes to age 11. And our program is going to be running from July 11th to August 19th. We're able to extend them an extra week this summer, so that's good.
Good.
Yep.
That's great.
Yep.
That is. You're right. It is. Now, who's in charge of Tiny Tot?
That's all us too. Tiny Tot programs are for kids ages 3 and 4, so it's very similar to the Youth Adventure program. Whereas they get the free breakfast, free lunch. We build in a lot to that one. Like the library is the one that comes to that one and reads the stories to the kids. Other than that, it's a lot of arts and crafts, a lot of singing and dancing, musical chairs, fun stuff like that for the 3s and 4s. The same dates and times and all of that, and that one's only at the Riley School that it's offered.
The Tiny Tots?
Yep.
Okay. And the Riley, that's the one on Douglas Road?
Yep.
Right. But you could come from any part of the city and go to that.
Mm-hmm.
That just happens to be the location they've set up.
Right.
And that makes sense. When you get to 3 and 4 year old, that's a whole different ball game.
Right.
Even 5 is like borderline, I could have gone with 6 to 11. 5, But of course they're smarter today than we were. But that's a riot. I think that's grand, and I can't believe I'm so impressed with your breakfast and lunch. I think that's grand,
Yep. We have those offered by Merrimack Valley Food Bank for the arts and crafts program that we run. But then these ones, the Lowell Public Schools actually supply the breakfast and lunch.
This year I remember reading how the school was going to make sure children had breakfast and lunch.
Mm-hmm.
I was quite impressed. My husband was quite impressed too. I guess we don't realize that there are some children that don't have 3 meals a day,
Right.
which broke my heart. So I was thrilled when I heard that. Another thing of where you can see your tax money doing good, so it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
We served over 29,000 meals last year
Mother of heaven.
between breakfast and lunch between our 2 vendors.
Really?
Yep.
That's so good. It is good because, like you said, there's kids out there not getting 3 meals a day. We might not know about it or hear about it, but it happens. And this is fabulous. Really is. One of my favorite things. All right, so tell me about a Busy Bee. What's a Busy Bee?
The Busy Bee programs are related to the summer school. So the kids that are enrolled in summer school can sign up to stay for the extended day with us afterwards. So we have it at 3 different locations, the Maury, the Green Elge, and McAuliffe. So the kids for those can go to the summer school, and then if they want to stay till 2:30 with us, then they're able to do that. The Green Elge and McAuliffe school kids, after they're done with summer school, the Green Elge kids will get bused up to Gage Field, so it joins in with the Youth Adventure program.
Oh,
with that
good.
one. Yep. And
all right.
the McAuliffe kids obviously just walk right across the street
Yeah,
to
they're right
Gage.
there.
Yeah.
Right. I know. I get them all mixed up. I'll be up on Gage, and I'll say, let's see, which one? Little people are over there. That's McCullough. Bigger people are over here. That's the Robinson.
Yep.
Right.
So many schools.
Our kids all went to the Catholic schools. You just had to remember what saint it was. You knew where they were. So, but this is great. It really is. I mean, you've certainly have covered all the bases when you think about it, really. They're getting fed. Children that are going to summer school are still going to be able to go and have some fun. Mm-hmm. They're going to have a good breakfast. They're going to have a good lunch. Mm-hmm. Talk about fabulous programs. You certainly do have it. So now we get into something I could never do. There are 2 things I cannot do. One is I cannot do archery. I don't have strength in my upper arms, and I tried it. And the little arrow, Robin Hood would have kicked me right off the map, right? So that didn't work. And then I remember I was with a friend of mine. She was dating this guy, and there was another guy, so they wanted us to do tennis. I flunked tennis, right? Because you got to really have strength, right? And I have no strength in my shoulders. But I'm real good at badminton.
Oh, yeah.
Because I could move real fast. You just had to tap that little thing, birdie, and it went, right? So what I couldn't do in tennis, I could do in badminton. But it's funny, though. You watch, you feel, I could do that. But you can't. You have to
tough
have
to learn.
strength.
I know.
The
tennis balls that we use for our program too are geared more towards like the beginners and the younger kids.
That would have been
they're
me.
Foam. Yeah, they're foam,
I
so they
would've been-
won't. When you hit it, they won't,
Right.
fly as hard or anything like that. So
Mine didn't go any place. Whoop.
yeah.
Like the arrow. Whoop. I was like, forget that. But no, that's something. And they give out the lessons too.
Yep, those are offered at Shed Park all week long. 45-minute lessons, and it's in the
Wow.
back courts, Rin courts. And we have them Monday through Friday, like I said, the same dates and times as our other programs pretty much. But we do have sign-ups. So anyone that's interested in that needs to go right to Shed Park between July 5th and 8th. And they are tested and placed into a lesson, like time and everything like that, right on the spot. And then we also have traveling tennis that goes to our youth adventure programs.
Oh, they come
in
up here to the
Busy Bee,
youth
the Maury.
adventure?
Yep.
Right.
So we build that into the youth adventure programs and the Maury School program as well too.
I know that Maury School. I remember my father went to the old one, the one they tore down, and then they built the new one. So they backed it up. So now they have more room, but they had a prime piece of land up there. Mm-hmm. That was nice. So the new school looks like it's really good. Mm-hmm. But that's it. Now you've really covered them all. I still can't get over that Tiny Tot program. I can't believe it. 3 years old, 4, and it's free. Mother of heavens.
And all of our supervisory staff are all CPR and first aid certified.
Right.
So the parents shouldn't need to worry about anything. They're all covered by us and everything like that. And then also the Tiny Tot program, now that you were saying about it, the 3 and 4 year olds, they need to be potty trained. We don't take any kids
I
unless they're
agree
potty
with you
trained.
on that one.
Yeah.
That's a big plus. I know it. You hope they're potty trained. I remember the first experience with potty trained. I was convinced this kid was going to go to college and diapers. I was like, mother of God. But you're right. And by 3 and 4, you should definitely be potty trained. If you didn't, there's something wrong someplace. But this is good now. And that gauge field is always busy. There's always somebody up there. It's great. It really is, you know. We were a little disappointed when they built that school because they had a beautiful view. Because my son used to play, Little League. So they would do the Little League, and you'd go up and sit there, and you know, and when the sun was setting, it was magnificent. It really was. Right? But we needed the school, so you have to walk around the building. So we are getting ready to go into something else. Now, when we go into something else, we will come back to do that. But I think we've done very well. And we're going to tell everybody they can go to Lowell City Hall, ground floor. You don't even have to go up the stairs. Go to the right of the building, go in that door, and at the end of the hall, first door as you go through, right at the beginning of the hall, rather, is recreation. And they can pick up the schedule, or else they're going to put it on the screen, and they'll tell them what website for people that like to look things up on the computer. They'll also put your names and the telephone number to call in, so there is no excuse for anybody not to be able to take care of business. And the flyers are here, and any neighborhood group that wants to pick up flyers, like we'll have some at our neighbor group coming up, and they will have them out there. There is no excuse for your children not to have a good time this summer and to be kept busy. It's just fabulous. I can't wait to get back to the rest of it. So they're giving us the signal for the little coffee break, tea break, lemonade break, some kind of break. We don't ask. They just go and take their little breaky, and then they come back. So heat up the coffee, cool down the lemonade. We're going to come back with some more fabulous things for the kids this summer. I can't get over it. All right? Don't go away. We will be right back.
I wish I was in school. If only I had a math test today. I'll stay after class. I'll clean the chalkboard. I wish I was in school.
School ends, but free lunches for your kids don't have to. Find your local food bank at feedingamerica.org/summer meals for help.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Well, welcome back to our neighborhood. My name is Anne Marie Page. Your neighborhood and my neighborhood make our neighborhood, and Lowell is a good neighborhood. So, our special guest today, because we're discussing fun. Got it? Fun. Recreation Department. We have Peter Fataconti, who's the program director and planner. And we have Caitlin Hickey, who's the coordinator of youth services. This is all paid for by your tax dollars. So your money isn't going to waste. All these great programs are free to the children of Lowell, and they're fabulous. So we were talking about some for the little people, and now we're going to move to the Taekwondo lessons.
That's right. We offer free Taekwondo once a week at each of our Youth Adventure sites. So if the kids are enrolled in Youth Adventure, they would automatically have that built in. But if somebody lives in an area where we have a program, they can come for Taekwondo or tennis lessons even if they aren't part of the Youth Adventure program. So we have families who will bring their children down to Gage Park and they'll come for Taekwondo on Monday, or they'll come for arts and crafts on Tuesday, or they'll come for tennis on Wednesday.
Wow.
And they won't actually be enrolled in the day program.
Right. And as I said before, and you want to make sure you know this, all these programs, this whole adventure program for the summer is online if you like to go on the computer, and that information will be on for the end of the show. And also, you can go into City Hall, go on the ground floor. You don't even have to go up those stairs. Just go to the right of the building, go in that door on the right, go right, very first door you come to is the Recreation Department, and you can pick up a schedule. So there is no excuse for your children not to be in one of these programs. It's fabulous. So on the Taekwondo, it's going to start in July 11th to August 12th. And then it's Shed Park on Thursday, Daly on Friday, the Riley is on Thursday, the Wang is on Tuesday, and Gage is on Tuesdays.
Yep, they've got it set up for 1 day a week for 45 minutes at each site.
That's fabulous. Isn't that fabulous? All right, so now we go to arts and crafts. I don't think I was good at that either.
Yeah, neither was
Arts,
I.
no, oh, good. I don't feel so badly. I know I didn't do good at tennis, but
And
all
they-
right, arts and crafts.
And again, arts and crafts, we have 2 traveling groups, and we have 1 group that stays at Shed Park all day. So the Shed Park instructor works with the Youth Adventure program there, and then they have 1 hour every day that's put aside to anybody who's there for the splash pad or just wants to come to the park to do a craft as well. So anybody in the city can do that. And then the other 2 groups travel throughout the city to go to different areas. So they go to the Riley, Wang, O'Donnell, and they also go to Harmony Park and McPherson Park, and they're going to go to the O'Donnell Splash Park. And at those 3 sites, they're going to bring lunch with them. So if a kid's at the McPherson pool swimming or taking swim lessons, if our arts and crafts shows up, they can do a craft, have lunch, and go back in the pool after.
Wow. You do all this all day, you go home, you're definitely going to go to sleep that night.
Yep.
Right? That was it. That was my theory. If you kept them busy enough, they'd get tired enough. Once you gave them a hot bath and put them in their clean jammies, they were gone.
Just don't let them take a nap before dinner, else then they'll be up all night.
Oh, no, there was no taking a nap. I don't get a nap, you don't get a nap. Right? That was it. The other day somebody said, did you give your kids a timeout? I said, are you kidding? I didn't get a timeout. You don't think they were going to get one, do you? All right, so now we get into the nitty-gritty. Swim lessons.
Yep, at all of our public swim sites, we offer swim lessons. We have South Common Pool, McPherson Pool, and the Rin Beach on the waterfront up on the boulevard.
I know.
In addition to those 3 sites, we also use Lowell High School Pool all summer for free swim lessons.
Wow.
And the swim lessons vary in time based on the staff we have at each site. So McPherson and South Common usually have after-hour swim lessons. So when the pool closes to the public at 6, we usually have swim lessons from 6 to 8.
Wow,
So
isn't that
parents who can't
something,
get their
huh?
children during the day to swim lessons can come in evening
Right.
swim lessons.
That's great, really.
And then Lowell High School, they're offered from 8:30 to 2:30 every day, Monday through Friday.
That's amazing, really, you know? And it's good because school's out and you're still utilizing the facility. That's what you want to see. These facilities are being utilized. There is no excuse for anybody not to have their kids busy for summer.
And at Lowell High School, we even book 1 day for special events. So on Friday, we'd set aside time for senior swim time, so that way if they want to do senior swimming for lap swim or anything like that, the pool's put aside so that way they can use it. We put together just a lap swim for any ages, for anybody who wants to come in for lap swim on Fridays. And we usually set aside an hour or 2 on Fridays for a special needs swim program. So if you have a child who might need some extra help in the pool, and the parent can get in the pool with them, use a lift to get in the
that's
pool,
great.
and take their child for a
That's
swim
it.
in a nice supervised area.
That's what I mean, you know, like we sit here and make fun and we say it's a fun, ha 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 ha. But a lot of work goes into just setting up the programs, right? And then you have staff, and then you've got to check out the staff. I mean, this isn't something that just happens, you know?
Right.
But it's so good. And every year it's getting even better, you know? And it's been going on for years. Like I said, my children went, right? And they loved it. They couldn't wait to get to the park, right? And all the kids in the neighborhood, everybody went, right? They all went. It was fun.
We'll have about 175 kids working this summer for
Wow.
us. And then in addition to our employees, we typically have 50 to 60 Career Center staff working too. So there's about 225 or so City of Lowell youth working in the city at the parks.
And that's good, and that's what you want.
And they're working with other city kids, so that
Yeah.
way one day they'll have more staff coming up from kids in the program.
That's good. Right, and that's what you want, you know? This is for Lowell. Lowell's paying for it. You want it for everybody, and you've covered all the ages, you know? There's no excuse for you not to be doing something, right? Now, on the staff that you hire, what are their ages?
We can start hiring for program staff as young as 14, but we typically only have 3 or 4 kids in that age,
Right.
age range. The bulk of our kids, I think we have 45, 16-year-olds hired this
Yeah, that
summer.
would make sense. Right.
And it goes all the way up to our oldest employee is about
Right.
60 years old. And he's been with us for for
Really?
35 years or so.
Oh my God, that's
He
a
started
riot.
when he was in college, I think it was, and he's been a teacher, so he comes back every summer. So
Oh,
we
isn't that great?
hire all the way through programming.
Right.
So, but the bulk of our employees are 16 and 17 years old.
Yeah.
And they're all little kids.
And that works with the children too. You know, it's not like an adult or a teacher. This is a fun person. They're still the fun age, you know,
Right.
so they can work with them, you know. And you're right. At 14, you can have a job. So if you can have a job and work at 14, this is a good preparation, right? You're under supervision, and you know, show up on time, be polite and courteous, do your job, right? Because if not, I got a waiting list.
Yeah, definitely have that.
That's what I tell them. You step out of line, I got a waiting list, you're gone. So now, now that's it. We did one summer. We used to go down to the Hampton for the summer, but one summer, many years ago, I remember my grandfather had a heart attack, so my grandmother and grandfather went for the summer, but my sister and I only went for 2 weeks that year. And we stayed with friends, and we went to a pool over near Gorham Street, near the cemetery. Because I remember after supper, we played hide and seek in the cemetery. That probably wasn't nice, but we thought it was
terrifying.
You'd play hide and seek. You know, we were what, 9 years old, 10, you know. The mother, I think, lived in the house right across the street, so she could see you, you know. You weren't like way in the cemetery, you were right there near the gate, you know, so they could watch you. But that was the big thing. But that was it. They had a big pool over there. Now, didn't they just make a big splash thing over there?
Yep, that was the O'Donnell pool. and
That's
now
it. It
it's
was
the
O'Donnell. I couldn't
Splash
think of the
Pad.
name of it to save my life. But that's it. You're right. That was it. Because I remember Carol McCarthy's the neighborhood lady over there, and she was saying how they were making that splash pad over there, and that's
She was
where
my
that.
preschool teacher, actually.
Oh my God! Really? Oh, that's so funny.
It actually opened last July.
Yes, I
around
remember her telling
mid-July.
me.
That splash pad opened.
Right.
It is open again already this year. The splash pad's open Memorial Day weekend.
I know. She said that.
At O'Donnell and Shed, and then the Mulligan Park is getting some finishing touches on it, and then it should be opening in the next couple of weeks.
Now, where's the Mulligan?
That's over by Plain Street, McDonald's, right across the street off the connector.
By the Lowell Housing Authority now.
Oh, all right, now I know where you are. Okay, all right. But that's great. No, you know, I mean, every child age has something going on. So like I said, no excuse for them sitting home playing on those little things. Gonna put your thumbs in a cast, for heaven's sakes. But that's great. So we're busy and we've covered all ages. So now I have a 6-year-old and I want my 6-year-old to do something. I can go down to City Hall and talk to you and ask you what you would suggest or where I live, what would be good. And of course, the best part that we just love is the fact that you're giving them breakfast and lunch on many of these programs, which is fabulous. It's fabulous, really. And the other thing is you're not charging.
Right.
This is free. The City of Lowell taxpayers are paying for this program. This is another plus for living in Lowell, you know? And that's what we want people to know. They'll say, oh, my taxes, my taxes. Your taxes are not outrageous, and they're going for good use, right? I mean, you've got police, you've got fire, you've got teachers, you've got schools, you've got everything. But even if when you look at this is a lot of work. This is a lot of responsibility. And now they realize that there was a need for some of these children that do not have 3 meals a day. We don't talk about it, we don't say much about it, but we know it's out there. And this is just unbelievably wonderful, wonderful. So now we're gonna send them down to City Hall, or We're going to put it up on the screen. We've given them a fabulous website. I copied it exactly like you said. It was a mile long. But if worse came to worse and you didn't want to figure out the website, if you go on your computer and you write City of Lowell and you click on departments, recreation, it'll give you a number, which we'll give you on the screen also. So it'll tell people where to contact, but there is no excuse at all. Now, do these go out to the schools?
We're actually producing 13,000 brochures.
God love you.
And it has all of the Lowell recreation information, as well as Girls Inc., Girl Scouts, Boys and Girls Club,
Really?
CTI, LHA. We reach out to all the nonprofit partners we
Wow.
have and offer them space in the brochure, so that way they get a complete guide of everything we are aware of. Some are fee-based, some are free. And
Right.
the last page of it has a map, so that way if they aren't sure where something is, they can
Right.
look up on the map where it is and see how close it is to them. And then also a list if they provide transportation or not, if there's meals provided or not, so they can look at the brochure we're going to send home to the schools, and it should have a complete
Oh, that's
guide
great.
to everything.
That's great, because this is like my favorite thing. This is like my favorite thing because I love to see kids busy, right? And of course, our other favorite thing is that they're being fed. So that's it. But is there any last minute thing you'd like to send out there to tell people? We know they're going home in the schools. Some kids bring things home, some don't. So we know it's going to be on the TV. And we know you can go into City Hall, ground floor, first door you go through is Recreation Department, pick it up. Or you can call in. All that information will be on the show. No excuse. Anything to wrap it up?
They can also email us. If they email us at recreation@lowellma.gov, then either one of us will get the email and we'll be able to respond with any information that they would like.
Very good. You want to give us that email
Sure,
again?
it's recreation@lowellma.gov.
Recreation@lowellma.gov.
Yep.
That's it. So with everything that we're going to have out there, no excuse. I shouldn't see any kids out there trying to figure out what to do, what trouble to get into. We're going to keep them out of trouble. We're going to keep them busy. We're going to feed them. They're going to be exhausted when they get home at night, so they'll go to bed early.
Hopefully.
All right? Thank you so very, very much for coming today.
Thanks for having
And
us.
this is like my favorite thing. So we're quite excited. And keep up the good work, right?
We will.
Thank you very much. So remember, be a good neighbor. Take care of each other, right? Take care of the elderly. I can say that now because I'm elderly, right? And watch out for each other. And thank you so much for watching. Remember, pay attention to this program. Get those children out there. Keep them busy. Thank you. Take care. Lowell is a good neighborhood. You be a good neighbor.